Welcome back, everybody, to Adventures with Corey, with your host, your guide to all things cruising, Corey. So I am in the town of Bruges, Belgium. This cruise is very special, and I'm going to tell you why right after this. So like I mentioned, I am in the town of Bruges, Belgium, and this is a very special cruise, like I said, because this happens once a year on Celebrity Cruises, and I am aboard the Celebrity Apex, well, not at the moment, but traveling on the Celebrity Apex. And like I said, once a year, this very special event happens, and this is the 2025 President's Cruise en route to the beautiful Norwegian fjords. So my first time to Norway, my first time to doing a European cruise. So we're going to make stops. First stop is today here in Bruges, Belgium, and we'll make stops in Geiringer, Ålesund, Stavanger, and I think one other place, but I can't remember. But this Bruges, this place is like a fairy tale. But here's a few clips of what it was like yesterday on Embarkation from the fabulous town of Southampton, England. As you can see, they had a really nice sail away event on the resort deck of the Celebrity Apex. My first time being on the Celebrity Apex, and this now does completes the cycle for me on all of the Edge class ships. So very excited to complete that cycle and finish that on board the Celebrity Apex doing a President's Cruise. So a very special event. They had obviously the President Laura Hodges-Bethke make a presentation at the pool deck, and had lots of hors d'oeuvres and drinks flowing and a few specialty acts, as you can see right here. So for dinner last night, I'm actually staying in Aqua class this time, which is a little bit of a treat for me. So I get to eat in the specialty restaurant Blue, which is reserved for Aqua class guests. Very good service, very good food. Started off with the cold potato leek vichyssoise soup, which was fantastic. Of course, I always have my escargot, which, if you don't know, if you're dining in Blue, you can also order from the main dining restaurants as well, which is where I get the escargot from. So followed by the escargot, I did have the orecchiette pasta, which was a vegetarian option, and also the filet mignon, which was fantastic. Oh my God, it was so good. And then, of course, the creme brulee for dessert. So really good, really fast dining service here in Blue. And then after that, went to the show, which we had a comedian who was very funny. He was really good. Did a lot of crowd work, which was nice to see, instead of just doing a normal, I guess, act. But he was really good, very funny. Really enjoyed his performance. You can take a look of one of his clips right here.
This is what it was like for us while you were eating your prime rib already. This is what it was like for us. Now boarding at gate 47, group 98. I thought she had a knife. What the hell's wrong with people? Bunch of nutcases in here tonight. That's what they heard it was a President's Cruise. They're looking for a pardon.
So after that, I was pretty tired and ended up going to bed because we actually lost an hour coming to from Southampton to Bruges here, and the tour was at 7:15 this morning. So had to get a lot of sleep. And then here I am again today in Bruges. So we're here for a couple more hours. Very interesting city here. It's very picturesque, as you can see from these clips here. It reminds me of stepping into the town of Beauty and the Beast, if you could imagine something like that. Very old, quaint, people walking all over the streets. There's horse and buggies. It's just a very cool, old school, taking a step way back in time kind of town. And then we did a canal tour, which was very cool. About 5 kilometers walking around the canal. One thing to note though, when you come to Bruges, if you need to use the restroom, there are very few public restrooms in the town. So I noticed that a lot of people had difficulty trying to get to a restroom on our tour. It's about 20 minutes from the port of Bruges, I think is how he pronounced it, which is where the ship docks. And then you take a bus over to the town of Bruges. And I gotta tell you, there is, if you're wanting chocolate and waffles, this is the place to come. I haven't had any yet, but I'm about to go. We have some free time now, so I'm gonna go walk around. Definitely gonna have a waffle and hopefully have some lunch, maybe some French fries and mussels, and definitely get some chocolate to take back home with me. But there is basically chocolate shops and waffle shops every 50 feet. They are just everywhere here, and you can smell it, and it smells amazing. This is just exciting. For the people that love food, and I love food, this is a very exciting place to be. Not so much maybe in Norway, but we'll see. But stick around. I will give you guys some tips, advice, and things that I liked, didn't like, and show you some of what the food and places to see are like here in Bruges. After lunch, it's time for dessert before I get back on the bus, and well, this is what's for dessert. So what an incredible day in Bruges. First time on a European cruise, first time to Belgium, first time going to the fjords. So the excursion that I did left quite early in the morning, had to be in the theater at about 7:15. It took about 20 minutes to get into the town of Bruges from the port of Bruges. And once we got there, it was a pretty quiet, dead town. That all changed by the time that we left. Things don't really open up there until about 10 o'clock in the morning. So until then, we were just kind of walking around with our tour guide, telling us bits and pieces about the history of certain places in Bruges and the city itself. If you go to Belgium and you don't have a Belgian waffle and get some Belgian chocolate, you are missing out. I mean, it was honestly the best waffle that I ever had. You can see right here how good these waffles look. I obviously ended up with the one dipped in chocolate with Ferrero Rocher on top, and it was like not sweet because the dough or the batter, I don't think they put much, if any, sugar in it. Obviously the chocolate was sweet and the mountain of whipped cream, but the waffle itself had just a little bit of a crunch and was very, very light and airy. It wasn't dense by any means. Like, you could, even if you were full, you could eat the whole thing. Of course I didn't, because it was rather large. But I had just went and had lunch. And speaking of lunch, I went to a place called Poulet Moulet, and this place was incredible. And there was a little bit of a wait. They opened up at noon. There were a few people waiting before they opened, so I looked it up on Yelp and found the reviews to be pretty good. So I went in. I was gonna have mussels and fries, and they're not called French fries. They're called Belgian fries, and they're called Belgian fries because they're fried twice. And that's just a little bit of a tidbit for you. But see, there I go saying French fries. The Belgian fries were absolutely incredible. They were thick and crunchy and hot, and you can get them with mayo and ketchup or one or the other. But they were really, really good. And of course I had to have a steak with it because they told me don't order the mussels because mussels are not in season. So of course I'm going to take their suggestion. Even though the mussels are what I wanted, it is what it is. The steak was phenomenal. Poulet moulet. If you're in Bruges, check it out. So after the tour, we had about 3 hours to go walk around, which is obviously what I did, which is when I had my lunch and my waffle. And then we went back to the meeting point and took the shuttle bus back to the port of Bruges. Back on board, the Captain's Club meeting, or meetup, I guess I should say, in Eden. The president, Laura, she was there, and in normal traditional Captain's Club meeting form during a president's cruise, they reveal where next year's president's cruise is going to be. And if you're interested, 2026, September 18th, I think it was, on board the, of course, brand new Celebrity Excel. Going to, or from Athens, Greece to Malta, to Turkey, and then ending up in Barcelona, España. So very nice. Would like to probably try and get on that cruise. It's an 8-night voyage, so if you're interested, check it out September 18th on the Celebrity Excel 2026 President's Cruise. So it's been a very good cruise so far. Last night in Blue, I had the crab bisque, which was very nice. Had little pieces of crab in it, great flavor, very hot, creamy. And then I had the, I'm not sure what it was covered in, but it was this unbelievably tender, perfectly cooked scallop, which I then asked my waitress, I'm like, this is really good. They only give you one. I'm like, can I just have another? And she brought me another. Of course, the other had 2, so I ended up with 3 scallops. But they were really, really good. And then after that, so I ordered the steak Diane from the main dining room menu because I just love the steak Diane, which was really good. And then I had the rack of lamb, which was also very, very good. Super tender, great flavor, perfectly cooked. Everything was just phenomenal. And then, of course, creme brulee for dessert. Can't ever go wrong with creme brulee, right? But last night in the main theater, the show was the production cast doing Crystallize. And it was good. I wouldn't say it was great. It's not my least favorite, not my favorite of the celebrity fleet, but it was good. I think the cast were pretty nervous with the president being on board, but halfway through they seemed to have gotten over their nerves and seemed like a better second half of the show Crystallize. So, good show. Here's a bit of a clip from Crystallize. So after that, it was kind of late and ended up just kind of going to bed. And today, C-Day, didn't have breakfast. I was actually invited to go to the Zenith luncheon today, so that was really nice. So all of the officers on board, some shoreside staff from Miami were on board, of course, the president, and none other than the incomparable chef Daniel Boulud. He hosted the event in Blue and brought on some dishes from Le Voyage, which I don't think is on the ship, ironically, but it is on the Ascent and Beyond. And the dishes that were given to us, it was a 4-course menu. We started off with this prawn amuse-bouche, which was really nice, had a lot of good flavor. And then went on to the first course, which was tuna tartare. It kind of reminded me of like a deconstructed sushi, which was really good. It tasted very fresh, like fresh tuna. And you're on a ship, so why wouldn't it be? Although I know they're not fishing off the back of the ship. Anyway, the second course was the chicken moulet with a morel mushroom sauce. And this was the best chicken I think I've ever had. It was incredibly tender, and I come to find out, apparently, and I don't know if this is true, but they feed the chickens a special diet until they get to a specific weight, and they also massage the chickens twice a day. Somebody put in the comments if you've heard that before, if it's true. I don't know, maybe someone's just pulling my chain. But nonetheless, it was probably the best chicken I've ever had. It was incredibly tender, like shockingly tender. And then for the dessert, it was the millefeuille napolitan, I think it was, or I don't know. It had a little bit of citrus in it, but it was really nice. Very fresh, very light, flaky dough inside. Really good dinner. And then today, sea day, first sea day, on our way to the first port of Olden, Norway. So I'm really excited to step into the land of the trolls and get off the ship singing "Let It Go, Let It Go." No, I'm not going to do that to you guys. But yeah, first port is Olden, Norway. I don't have anything planned. I would like to go to the Loen Skylift if the weather is nice. And check out this weather. We are crossing the North Sea right now, and apparently this is kind of abnormal. I don't know. Somebody tell me, have you crossed the North Sea? Should it look like this? Should the sea be that calm? It's really, really calm. Like, you don't see me swaying. There's nothing swaying. I feel like we're on a flat, calm lake. It's incredible. It's a little bit windy, a little bit chilly now, but it was really nice earlier, probably like about 60. It's probably 50 now. But nonetheless, really good day on board Celebrity Apex. Tonight, I went into Blue and had dinner, and just finished watching the show. James Humphrey, I think was his name.
Darkness stirs and wakes imagination. Rise and surrender for your father's wings. Let your thoughts of a life run far. Close your eyes and let your spirit start to soar.
It was less than spectacular, unfortunately. I don't normally say that about shows, but this one left something to be desired, or something left to be desired. I don't know why. Maybe just an off night. I don't know. Maybe it's just him. I'll just leave it at that. Then dinner in Blue, and tonight I had the sweet corn veloute, which is an amazing corn soup. Has just a little bit of kick of heat. Almost tastes like a little bit of chili in this like corn kind of chowder. And the lobster soba noodle salad, which is very good. I love the soba noodles with the tender pieces of lobster on there. And then I had to do a double entree because why not, right? You're on a ship. And I had the braised beef short ribs, which were fan-freaking-tastic. They were so tender, piping hot. My mouth is watering just thinking about them. And then I had the steak salad, which was also very nice. A little bit refreshing on that one with, balsamic vinaigrette to go with it, and just nice pieces of steak. No dessert because tonight is Wonka Land. Well, that's just what I'm calling it, but apparently there's some sort of chocolate wonderland going on in the Grand Plaza, and I will take all of you there as long as you hit that subscribe button right there down below. Hit that like button. That tells YouTube that you're enjoying what you're watching and that you want to see more content like this, or maybe from somebody else. But I appreciate all the help that you guys give me. It's free, doesn't cost you a penny. And then hit that notification bell. That way you'll be notified each and every time that I post some new content to the vlog, and you won't want to miss it because this is a very special cruise. President's Cruise 2025, Celebrity Apex, going into the Norwegian Fjords. Stick around, there's a lot more to come. I'll talk to you guys in a bit. Bye-bye.